Hello everybody, it's me Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. And this is the 2-year anniversary of the Bookman channel! And what better way to celebrate 2 years of reviews on the internet than by reviewing a movie about an advertised necessity on the internet, Facebook! I'm talking the social network. Originally, I thought it was a little too early for this movie. I mean, what's next? That guy with the glasses, the motion picture? Doug Walker, a man with a vision and glasses. Well, let's take a look at it together, shall we? Movie opens with Mark Zuckerberg, played by Jesse Eisenberg, on a date. That's it. Yes, I would. It doesn't take long for his date to realize...
You can read the weather, you can predict the price of heating oil. I think you asked me that because you think the final club that's easiest to get into is the one where I'll have the best chance.
What?
You asked me which one was the easiest to get into because you think that that's the one where I'll have the best chance.
He's fucking annoying! Surprisingly, she leaves him flat. This prompts young Mark to blog about her. Then, in somewhat of a drunken stupor, he hacks into sorority sites to compare women using a code his friend Eduardo created, played by Andrew Garfield. And what's his significance? He's the new Spider-Man. This comparison of pictures website crashes the network due to the traffic. Zuckerberg ends up getting a 6-month probation, though he's dressed like a bum at the hearing. His act gets the attention of the Winklevoss brothers, who make an offer with friend... Oh, 3 rich kids, 2 brothers, one kind of like a brother, they go to a prestigious school? Ain't that Tom, Dick, and Larry, the Dover Boys?
Unhand her, Dan Backslide.
We would need you to build a site, write the code, and we'll provide all the...
I'm in.
What?
I'm in.
Awesome.
Immediately following that, Mark tells Eduardo about his cool idea.
Taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online.
Yeah, so Mark begins coding his cool idea while the Dover Boys are being ignored by him. Mark puts together his website for in-Harvard students only. He uses Eduardo's financial sources to put together the Facebook. Finding out about this makes the road team Winklevoss brothers angry. How angry?
I want to hire the Sopranos to beat the shit out of him with a hammer.
We don't even have to do that. That's right. We can do that ourselves.
Yeah, whoop that ass! We then see lawsuit. We then see Mark and Eduardo at workshop, lectured by Bill Gates, fitting. Afterwards, Mark returns to his room where Eduardo finds a cease and desist order sent by the Winklevosses. Mark assures him it'll all be fine. Back at the Winklevoss lawsuit, Mark proves...
I think if your clients want to sit on my shoulders and call themselves tall, they have a right to give it a try, but there's no requirement that I enjoy sitting here listening to people lie. You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount. The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing. Did I adequately answer your condescending question?
He's an arrogant prick! Knowing that, we see he and Eduardo... Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'll continue. Despite that, Mark sees Erica. He thinks he can talk to her despite his blog. Amazingly, she blows him off. Well, now, back at the dorm, we see... Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'll continue. Then, oh my god... And now that one wasn't my fault. The Dover Boys are still angry. Meanwhile, we meet Justin Timberlake playing Sean Parker.
I founded an internet company that let folks download and share music for free.
Kind of like Napster?
Exactly like Napster.
Keen. He learns of the Facebook as the Winklevosses complain to the president of Harvard about Mark Zuckerberg. As one would expect, the president of this prestigious technical college cares not for honor based on conjecture. He dismisses them. Still on Eduardo's credit card, the Facebook staff meets with Sean Parker to discuss business. He wows everyone except Eduardo with his wild tales of his own experiences involving Napster, his particular file-sharing thing. He explains how they can become so much larger than leaves with his imprint on the website.
Drop the. Just Facebook. It's cleaner.
Now it's time for a recruiting alcoholic bash. Mark picks his coders, then takes them to Cali on Eduardo's credit card. There, Sean leads Mark to practically push Eduardo out. So to recap, the life of the rich, the life of the poor. Back at Harvard, the Winklevosses do the unthinkable. They finish second in a boating race. Oh, for shame! This riles them up enough to decide.
Now, I am asking you for the last time. Let's take the considerable resources at our disposal and sue him in federal court. Screw it. Let's gut the frickin' nerd.
But wait, what happened to...
We don't even have to do that. That's right. We can do that ourselves.
Now you're pussying out? You know what?
I hate Tom! I hate Dick! And I hate Larry! They drive me to drink!
Eduardo rushes to California, unhappy that Sean Parker is seemingly taking over, despite him paying for everything. Mark convinces him to sign up for a small portion of Facebook's assets. He returns later to find the office has expanded. Then he learns he's being bought out. Eduardo must be thinking,
Help Tom! Help Dick! Help Larry!
but who cares? With Sean Parker at the helm, Facebook has 1 million users. To celebrate, Sean gets arrested partying with minors at a coke-snorting fest. This ends up being no big deal. Mark, at the end of a lawsuit deposition, speaks with Rashida Jones. I show this mostly because I'm madly in love with this woman and nothing else. She decrees Mark should lighten up. Mark then finds his old lady friend has a Facebook account. He sends her a friend request, then waits. And waits, and waits, and you get the picture. And that's pretty much it. So what did I think of this movie? Well, it's good in its own technical way. It was well put together despite there being a little info really available on these topics. A lot of key moments seem to be common knowledge, or put together as though they were common knowledge, like the whole Sean Parker thing. I didn't know that the guy from Napster had something to do with Facebook. I didn't know that he was a coke addict or a drug addict, or he liked partying with minors. I didn't know anything about this. I just knew that a lot of artists were pissed off at him. But other than that, I didn't know about all that stuff. They just seemed to throw that in there like, oh yeah, I remember that happening, when I really didn't. Even so, everyone played their roles well. The script was crisp, excellently done. I liked the directing especially. I liked how they avoided the deposition scenes being drawn out at the end. They kind of mixed them in during the movie to not lose any momentum. Though it was a simple film, it did its job well. The characters being portrayed were pretentious and hilarious simultaneously. Watching rich, spoiled brats argue is great as well as irritating. The problem I have with this movie is that it showcases exactly what's wrong with what's going on today. Here you have a bunch of young guys bitching and moaning about a fucking website. This kid, Mark Zuckerberg, and he's still a kid, he got all of this all of these resources, all of these assets, everything he needed for a big-time education, and threw it all away just to steal an idea from somebody who was borrowing it from other people. Facebook wasn't the first of its kind, it didn't innovate anything, and it sure as shit hasn't improved the scenario we're living in right now. All it's done is made everyone into an antisocial fucking robot. You can't even get to know people now unless they have a Facebook account. You have to send friend requests. You only know if someone likes you if you read their status updates. It's become a fraud. So basically what this little asshole did was take his friend's money, steal somebody else's idea, and made the world into a bunch of fucking brainless nitwit robots. That's all he ever did, so he made the situation worse. And by the way, he's worth billions at the age of 26 because of this idea. These other guys are bitching over millions of dollars. The State of the Union is in disarray, people are dying in the streets looking for something to eat, and these little fucks that went to Harvard, had everything handed to them, had all the privilege in the world, they're arguing over $600 million and $60 million while he's worth billions? Fuck you! That's all I gotta say. This is bullshit. The fucking website itself is bullshit. Yeah, I use it just to make fun of it, but other than that, there really is no reason to have a Facebook site, yet this guy's worth billions doing nothing but stealing. That's all it's about. It just showed you to be a crook and an asshole. That's how you become a success. This movie makes me say this about society now.
Fuck this place! Fuck it!
Thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come. So stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.
I hate Tom! I hate